All right, we are back. I am here with David Azizi from the law offices of David Azizi, and we've gone over several questions related to personal injury and the laws around those. And today, David, I'm going to ask a question that is interesting. It's a tough part of life, but I think we've talked earlier, it's an interesting part of your practice is how does an attorney determine compensation for an amputation or a dismemberment industry or injury rather, and what are the parts that are more valuable than other parts to the human body?
Well, first of all, I hope that nobody ever suffers that type of injury. Second of all, I want to thank everybody for joining us. Uh, you know, uh, there's a lot of different factors and variables that go into it. For example, the age of the party goes into it. The body part that is injured is a factor that's determined as to how much compensation you get, whether you're a male, female, and also in terms of recovery for loss of income, the type of employment that you're involved in is important. I handled a case where somebody unfortunately had lost a thumb. A lot of people, and at that time, it had never dawned on me because thankfully I have all my fingers. But on my way to the drive to settle the case, and before then, and all that stuff, it first dawned on me when I picked up a cup. And if you look at it, your thumb is what helps you hold the other side of the cup. And if you don't have the thumb, which is the most valuable part of your hand, all your fingers are, but the most valuable finger is the thumb. If you lose your thumb, God forbid, you're then limited to having to hold a cup like that. Now, can you function on a daily life? Yeah, absolutely, but it's a very difficult life. You have to drink your stuff in a hard way. You have to make sure you hold it, whereas you don't have as much of a grip. Also, obviously, arms, limbs. It's a lot of factors that go into it, and like I said, the age of the person, the body part, whether you're female or male. With respect to being a female, obviously, as a female, you don't want to be having missing body parts. Same as a male, but males can probably get away with a little bit about losing a body part aesthetically if you're losing the tip of your finger or something of that, whereas women are more sensitive to this kind of stuff. Not to be sexist, but it is the world that we live in, and so unfortunately that's how it's valued in the court system, and that's how we lawyers determine what body parts get compensation more as opposed to other body parts.
So
And
something I do want to bring up, David, and this is near and dear to my heart because I use my five fingers quite a bit in my industry. So occupation matters a lot. Like obviously with me being an internet guy and typing on the internet, that would mean that, if I lost a finger, that would totally change my job.
yes, absolutely. And at that point in time, we would then have to consult with an expert who would be a vocational rehabilitation expert who would then have to sit down with you and determine, based on your education, your age, and everything else, what are some other occupations that you would be able to fulfill for the future and being able to do other jobs because of the fact. Now, possibly you may be able to adapt depending on how many fingers you lose or what. You may still be able to do your job, but it may slow down the speed of your job, so you're not able to do as much work. So there's a lot of variables that go into determining as to how to go about compensating you for your loss. A attorney that specializes in personal injury, such as myself, having dealt with that, has the experience and would be able to help you recover the maximum compensation you should be entitled to.
Absolutely. There's no reason to fight a losing battle. David Azizi and the law offices of David Azizi will do all they can for you. We'll put the phone number in this video. It'll be right above my head in this video, and you can contact them at that phone number. And we will put links below where you can contact him, but the phone number is probably the easiest. And thank you very much for the information, David.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.